already busy, like, you know, you still have a time to come down.
Yeah, I love this store. I honestly love it. I tell so many people about it.
Yeah, a lot of people come down.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Thank you, yeah. Put Cedar first, and then this one put in there, so not fall down. Everything is simple. Yeah. Which one you want to see?
Anyone you want, yeah. So here he's gonna fill up the CO2 container. He's got the container right here, and he's got his little, and he just fills it up. And there's that float going down, and it'll let him know when it runs out. And as long as it sits there underneath the rim, it'll slowly dissolve CO2 into the water. And it's a way you can use one bottle of CO2 for many, many tanks, because it's expensive to set CO2 up on that many tanks.
One tank is enough.
That's genius. Super efficient. It's a super old school way to do it. Before we had really good diffusers and stuff like that, and yeah.
Diffusers look nice.
Yeah, well, the diffusers do look nice, but this gets the job done, and it teaches people. That's what I love.
So always I let them people know how to do, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's just slowly
release. Depends on amount of your plant. You have more plant, they consume more.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So this could let
longer,
like a couple weeks.
Oh no, a few days.
Few days, okay.
A few days, not too long. Yeah.
Nice.
But at least I don't have to spend anything with that.
Right. A couple times a week, and you got a lot of CO2 going.
Yeah. Every other day I shoot CO2.
Okay. Yeah.
So they all grow well. You see, even in this season,
yeah.
They grow well.
Right.
So this is I already put half.
Yeah, it's got half the CO2 in there already. Yeah. That's so smart. The styrofoam part is the part that's blowing my mind, because I would have never thought of that. That's so smart.
And also one thing is if too much water, the float, the bottle would be really down. Right. So with the foam upright.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well.
Yeah. That's so cool.
With the rock. Yeah. But this is too heavy. This is low cover.
Ah. Oh yeah, because it would. Yeah, so you put a rock in it.
With the rock.
Oh, to weight it down.
That makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So I have a time. I always think about do something.
Yeah. That's amazing.
The coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I would have never.
This is why I always have to come back here. Hey everybody, Corey from AquariumCoop.com. Today we're at Ocean Aquarium. I haven't been here in like over a year. I think it's my absolute favorite fish store, mine included. This place is awesome. There's no water changes going on. It's all natural plants and stuff like that. You'll see people that watched the tour last time absolutely fell in love with it. So just keep it in the back of your mind. No water changes are happening, how healthy the fish are, and just how grown things in and how cool it looks. So in the first part of the store here, we have, lots of plants with angels, and same going on here. What I love is that this really helps the customer envision what it's going to be like at home. Like if they have the planet tank, we've got some roseline barbs, albino Congo tetras, like this floating rock with it's like glossy stigma on it. Over here there's lots of Cedar St, panda cories. Last time I was here in the store, tons of stuff had babies and was breeding because there's so much to hide. Like, look at this, like Endler type living in here with all this Cedar St. Got the Emerald Eye Rasboras over here. If you look at this tank, DIY light. So check out this cool DIY light. And then how it's growing, all the Riccia, and then more Endlers, more Cedar St. Like it's just nature. And he builds these rafts here that grow the plants, which is super cool. And just a little filter. But as I've talked to him before, no water changes happen. Like obviously some water comes in new and some leaves when he sells fish. But when I was here a year ago, he had told me, I believe this tank has been set up for 27 years. And it's the deep sand bed he relies on to convert nitrates and things like that, to basically digest them. But it's super cool to see a store being done a different way. These are like a different type of I almost want to say like the Morpho Tetra or something. I'm not sure what type of Emperor Tetra this is, but are those Splash Tetras back there? I think those might be Splash Tetras. And then you've got a really big mystery snail. assassin snail, lots of laden trumpet snails. And then the filtration again, DIY with a gutter, and then LED lighting. Super cool. Another light right here over this hex tank. We got water sprite growing up and above, and he's got these like moss and Sesquitertang rafts. He builds them all the way around, as you can see, and it kind of just, you know, shades it in and makes it a heaven for fish, really. There's just so much to look at. It's crazy. Tons of white clouds. He's got more Sesquitertang here than the rest of the planet combined, I'm pretty sure. When you look at just how planted these tanks are. If we look down here, what do we got? Oh, it's all female bettas. Yeah, it looks like it. Female betta sorority. Tons of blood parrots down there. Another guppy tank. I don't know what this is. I wonder what the red bottle is. Maybe he's injecting CO2? Yeah, I bet he is. If you put the bottle upside down, you fill it with CO2, eventually it will gas into there. It's kind of a way you could do CO2 in a lot of tanks.
I'm not for sale.
You're not for sale? What do you think so far?
I'm not for sale.
Good times?
Good times.
Good times. Albino guppies down here. What is this? It's, oh, he's growing it like he built a little hanger for it so it's closer to light. Interesting. Another floating rock. Got lots of bettas around. What do we got over here? You see another little tank up here with the ruby tetras. You can see it's purling. Just got that CO2 chamber in there again with the Gatorade bottle. But pretty awesome. Lots of gold ring danios. Goldfish down here. Oh wow, feather fins. This is a big group of feather fins, as well as the multifasciatus. Oh, look at all this art. Oh, the canvas art. It's cool. I don't think he had that last time I was here. Look at this. Look how cool this tank looks right here. All the rasboras. And even this tank, like, here's the thing. So here's the substrate. You know, it's pretty thick on one side. And it's about 3 inches at the thinnest. And then there's 6 inches of Sesquitertang. It's crazy. I'm gonna go towards the back. Oh, I can't go back there yet. There's too much cool stuff. Bunch of apistos, like an apisto colony in here. More bettas and threadfin rainbows. And he does the deep sand beds with the bettas and stuff. Seems to work out pretty cool. Raminos tetras. Man, I gotta get way more Sesquitertang. Look at how cool this looks. It's all these gold tetras and pea puffers in it. The glitter background's kind of cool too. But there's just cool stuff everywhere in here. It takes us hours to go through it. Look, even more Sesquitertang, just infinite. All right, I'm gonna head towards them. Oh man, look at that tank. All the Emperor Tetras. All right, I'm gonna head to the back. So now we're in my favorite part of the store, and it's the back part. There's so many cool little planet tanks with like Brigitae rasboras in here. And again, there's that CO2 line, or the CO2 chamber. And you've got guppies, but it's mostly this view of infinite planted tanks, and each one's its own crazy wonderland of you don't know what you're gonna find in each one. And I do love this system down here. It's a live wall, so there's the wall up above. We pump water up with a tiny little pump, and then it drips all the way down, and you've got the water sprite growing up out of there, and you've got some wisteria growing up out, and you've got all the duckweed, and like I'm drawn to the top, and then you look down here, and you see like, wait, there's still fish and java moss and all kinds of stuff going on. Look at this craziness down here. That is an insane amount of albino guppies.
That's my baby.
Those are your babies? Yeah, those are nice.
They
Yeah.
grew up here.
Yeah. Yeah, they grow out.
Yeah.
That's nice.
This is my babysit for my customer.
Oh, okay. You're babysitting for the customer.
Yeah.
They on vacation.
Yeah. Vacation.
Okay.
Yeah, for the 21 days.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I only
Nice.
charge them the $1 a day.
Nice. That you're doing. That's pretty nice.
In Queen the food, live food. So is it?
Yeah.
Now he's so strong.
Yeah, getting all the live food. Well, they'll be happy and they'll get a bigger tank.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the
those
babies
are-
up in there.
Yeah, Moscow black. Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah.
I love guppies. That's my thing.
Yeah, because I
So
sell my customer usually they buy a pair, I give them the baby. So
Nice.
they're happy.
that's awesome.
So I need to save the baby
Yeah.
for them.
That's nice. You buy the pair, you get the babies, start right off.
So they will happy.
These orange endlers. I love the Saswasser tang, how it's like comes down, and you can see in the middle. It just forces the fish to, I don't know, look cool, I guess. And then over here you've got, I don't know what tetra that is, but you've got apistos in here. And again, you know, just nicely planted. Up above, you've got more of a guppy farm going on. And I guess what sticks out to me is, I just wish like every store was like this, like even my own store. I don't know, like maybe it's a different skill set on how you learn to catch the fish out of here. Like these, all the fish look amazing, and anyone who buys fish from here would have to go, oh, I need a planet tank, and it's so much better for the fish. You know, those Odessa barbs are amazing. Let's keep looking around. Yeah, this whole CO2, the way they're doing it, is new from when I was here last time, but you can see it's even got the Saswasser tang purling. So I don't know if they do that at the morning or when they do it, but... And everything, what I love about the store, absolutely everything's DIY. So you've got the racks, and then you're like, oh, I need the rack to stay up. And so when you flip it, and you flip this over, the rack will stay up. You know, that piece of PVC. And you can see all the lights. You know, everything about is DIY, which is super cool, because you watch... Like, we get to walk into a store here and we get to see someone's hobby that's developed over the last 40 years, and you're going to pick up all this little knowledge. Like, these rafts are just super cool. So he zip ties it, you know, so he drills a little hole through the frame, zip ties it there, and it's styrofoam, and then he covers it with plants and netting. So it's kind of like wabikusa, if you know what that is. But you can see you put some wisteria in this one, and there's Saswasser tang. Super cool. Oh, you can see here's one that's made out of egg crate. It's got some moss. Looks like it's just started. I wonder if he sells those. He or she, I guess. Here we've got the drapefin barb. More water sprite going crazy in the floating form. Nice little valley here. I don't know. This is what I want my fish room to be. I just haven't spent time on it. Ooh, what type of like baddis is this? They look cool. Maybe it just looks cool and there's 100 of them in a planet tank. Maybe that's what looks super cool. But every tank is just filled with the breamless plants. Bream? Brim even. Some tiger endlers. What do we got down here? Some leer tail endlers. Let me go look back here. Oh yeah, I remember this tank. I love this tank. It's got all the Riccia growing up. That Riccia looks like this when it grows up and out of the water, and that's what it looks like in the water. So that's super cool. Just a few guppies in there, and then again the DIY LED lights. People asked me last year, where do you get these lights? Like, you just buy them on like Amazon. They're not crazy hard to find or anything. More black Moscow guppy babies. Another little low boy tank. And of course I love this store because I absolutely love guppies. This one they actually are injecting CO2, but you see they don't use a diffuser. They're just putting in CO2 like that. And let's see if I can see, like, at least back here you can see where it's purling. So, you don't have to have crazy, fancy, CO2 diffusers or anything. Makes it slightly more efficient, but looks like they just hook up whatever tube they want to it. Like this one would do CO2, and then they could just flip it. They probably just I wonder if that's a move, like you just put CO2 to it like every 3rd day or something, like maybe it doesn't need CO2 all the time. More guppies up here. This is a fluval edge. This has got to be like one of the craziest fluval edges you'll ever see. Got the styrofoam side to grow. See how the job fern and stuff. I wonder if you just have to stick one and then they'll keep sticking themselves to it. Huh, I hadn't thought about that. A lot more pistos up here. What do we got down here? See, this is the fun of like, you just looking in a tank and you're like, clearly there's got to be something in here, but what's in here yet? Oh wait, there we go, Achilles. I finally saw him. Looks like gardener eye. Gardener eye Achilles, probably breeding up a storm in there, I bet. Oh, that's smart. Ah, man, I love when I'm in a store and I figure out what people are doing, because it's, so they've got the CO2 that they're gonna put in here, right? But the styrofoam, if there's a bunch of air in there, or not air, but if there's a bunch of CO2 in there, the styrofoam will be down here. So visually you can see where the CO2 level is in the thing. That's genius. I would have never thought of that. It's like a little float to let you know. Man, that's good thinking. What I also love, and I appreciate you guys for this, is they say a lot of people have come into their store because of the video, so I hope more people come and visit in San Francisco, Ocean Aquarium. It's super cool. It's a must-visit store. I have to visit every time I'm here. There's always this cool stuff to see. Look at this tank. I'd buy this tank and take it home in a heartbeat. All these guppies. You've got the dwarf aquarium lily with a nice red, and you've got all these little stem plants and water sprite. It's just, this is heaven to me, this type of tank, honestly. Look how cool the Swasser tang or Pellia looks when it grows in really tight. It takes forever to grow, but it looks so cool. More pistos down here. Dwarf aquarium lilies, if you're a newbie to plants, get a dwarf aquarium lily. They instantly make every aquarium look way cooler. Whoa, babies. How many babies are down here? Like, that's just a grow out. I just love that, you know, so it's a husband-wife team, and they've been doing it for a long time, and they do the water change. Well, I assume they have to do water change on this, but maybe they don't. Like, I just assume they have to do water change, but that deep sand bed is crazy. They got vampire crabs down here. Or panther crabs. Yeah, they gotta be panther crabs, because vampires are purple. But they've got some panther crabs. You don't see that every day. More black Moscows, or maybe midnight. Down here again, super cool. All the guppies. Really enjoyable. Oh, twig cats. Right there. Alright, I'm gonna go to like the last section of the store. So here we've got like the discus tank. Same thing, water changes aren't happening. I know that seems insane, but the discus, they do look good. They do look good. And then over here you've got this kind of hex tank that's cool. Just lots of loaches and looks like a rainbow. Ooh, Axolotl rasboras. I can never keep these alive. That blue, so good. And there's lots of little like nano tanks like this just sitting around. Same with this one, another long tank that's just super cool. And they've got the iMac aquarium. This is new, this wasn't here last time. And this one might be new too, I don't know if they had it. But you can see this last section here, lots of smaller stuff. And they told me that this one here is a tank they set up 3 weeks ago. In one more week the customer will come pick it up. They're getting it nice and established for the customer. So they will just come back and pick it up and it'll be done, ready to go. Which I think is a pretty cool thing. I wish more stores did it, myself included, but I don't have the space. More discus without getting water changes. Like, I know I keep saying that, but that's what makes this store so magical. More Brigitei rasboras in this hex. What's in here? Oh, Silverado guppies. That's a lot of plants in there. Last time I was here they had clown killies in this one. Oh yeah, they still do. You can see it right there, they might breed them in here. But look at the hydrocotyl triparta. Like, don't you think that looks super cool? So the filtration they do run here, it's mostly for aeration and circulation than anything else. A lot of cardinal tetras down there. More discus.
Right now I have with tiger.
Look at that giant stir-by cory. And up here, even a little wonderland. Alright, now I'm just going to kind of show you guys around just because it's overall what it is. You know, so there's all the dry goods, and the store goes all the way out. It's in an alleyway, and so, you know, lots of wood and scaping and nature things. That's, you know, that's what I love about the store is, even though it's called Ocean Aquarium, it really should be like, you know, Nature Aquarium or something. So, and see this little tank. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed my favorite store in San Francisco. I'm going to go see some other ones, but it's really hard to beat this one. I've been to 88 stores, I've been all over the world, and I think I can honestly say this is my favorite store I've ever been to worldwide. There's some other really good ones, but I love the mom and pop feel of this. I love that it's been around so long, and I love the way they're doing stuff, and they're doing it differently, and I think that is something that's very important. They're innovating, trying things instead of just following what others are doing, and I think them getting everyone into Planet Aquariums is a good thing. Like that's all they're doing, and it looks super good, and I'm jealous. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if you've been or if you're gonna go, and we'll see you next time.